This up on the Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the State in History, aka TDH. I'm A.O. Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you, of course, you are you. Hold on a second, there we go. Today is, is it Tuesday?
Tuesday, yes.
Tears' Day.
I got you all screwed up. I've been here too much.
Yeah, February 24th, 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that occurred today throughout the annals of recorded history, starting with the year 484. King Huneric of the Vandals replaced 19 bishops with Arian ones and banished some to Corsica. Well, that's not too friendly of him. 1386, King Charles III of Naples in Hungary was assassinated at Buda. Yikes. 1525, Battle of Pavia, Holy Roman Emperor Charles V's troops defeated the French, killing or wounding 5,000 and capturing French King Francis I. So that's not good. So that's a massive loss, and they got the king. 1530.
The first King Francis.
Yes. Of that country, at least.
Yeah.
1530, the first imperial coronation by a pope occurred, with Charles V crowned by Pope Clement VII. All right. Oh, look at that. Sultan the Magnificent with this magnificent...
I've seen that picture before.
Full king-size bedsheet, headdress,
Bed-sheet.
magnificent.
Yeah.
No, dude, like, I'm sure, like, if you unravel that, it'd be the size of a king-size bed. Like,
How do you keep that thing on your head with the weight?
I don't know. 1541, Santiago, Chile was founded by Pedro de Valdivia, either on this date or February 12th. I think we covered this back on the 12th.
Maybe.
So...
Today's the 22nd, right? Yeah.
Today, the 24th.
Oh, excuse me.
1582, Pope Gregory the 13th announced a new style calendar, commonly known as the Gregorian calendar. With the papal Inter Gravis Mas, Pope Gregory the 13th announced a Gregorian calendar. All right. And it's telling me to image search this, so I'm going to do that really quick. And bigger this and everything. So... but yeah, like they have like a round calendar, kind of looks like the Mayan one, but then they have
It does look, that's what I was gonna say.
But then they have the one to the right that we know that layout a lot more commonly. There's something here I think I wanted to read, but I can't seem to find it. Oh, here we go. 10 days drop from October, so October 5th, 1582 became October 15th. That's crazy.
Yeah.
February got an extra day in century years that can be divided by 400, so that's the leap year. Difference between calendar and solar years is now only in seconds. All right. What else do we got?
Sooner or later, though, that's going to be wrong.
Yeah, eventually.
A second,
Yeah.
You go 100,000 years and you're way off.
Well, 100,000 years from now, I'm sure we'll have a lot more.
I'm not going to care.
Yeah. 1600, we have the last sighting of the Dutch trading ship De Hoop by its sister ship De Leifde near the Mariana Islands. It was never seen again. Uh-oh. 70 years later, Claudio Monteverdi's opera Leo Ferraro premiered in Mantua, the oldest opera still regularly performed. Wow. That's 400 years old, over 400. So that's impressive. 1711, George Frederick Handel's opera Rinaldo premiered at Haymarket Theatre in London, the first Italian opera written for the London stage.
Rinaldo's really a famous opera.
All right, yeah.
I mean, if I've heard of it, it's got to be famous.
I have never heard of it. Now here we go on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Like 1786, Charles Cornwallis was appointed Governor General of India. That's the same Cornwallis that was defeated out here during the Revolution.
That's what. Really?
Yes.
Okay.
He wasn't disgraced or anything in Britain. He actually was just reappointed. They're like, oh well, you lost the American colonies. Oh well, here, I'm gonna send you to India. So that's what they did. He spent the rest of his days, ruling somewhere in India or something like that. So nothing really bad happened to him, unfortunately. 1797, Colonel William Tate and his force of 1,000 to 1,500 soldiers surrendered after the last invasion of Britain, according to legend, to Welsh women in tall black hats, mistaken for elite guards regiments. So they mistook a bunch of women in large tall hats as the elite guard. They're just like, screw it, we surrender. So, 1803, U.S. Supreme Court first ruled a law unconstitutional, Marbury versus Madison. And I'm going to look this up here really quick.
Unconstitutional, right?
Unconstitutional, yeah. Let me bigger this here really quick. So, let's see here. Marbury was commissioned by John Adams as a Justice of the Peace. Madison was Jefferson's Secretary of State. Madison was ordered not to deliver the commission to Marbury. Court ruled in favor of Marbury. Important because this is the first time a congressional act was found unconstitutional. The case established judicial review. So it was just a petty squabble. That's
but what it established is
major,
review.
Yeah.
Judicial review, that's it, right? Or what did it say?
Judicial review, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. What else do we got here?
That's huge.
Yeah, it is. 1804, London's Drury Lane Theatre burnt to the ground, leaving owner Richard Brinsley Sheridan destitute. That is very unfortunate. 1807, 17 people died and an additional 15 were wounded in a crush to witness the execution of Holloway, Haggerty, and Elizabeth Godfrey in England. So a bunch of people killed other people wanting to watch somebody else get killed. Disgusting, our species is. 1809, we have a discrepancy here. London's Drury Lane Theatre burnt to the ground, leaving its owner, Irish writer and politician Richard Brinsley Sheridan, destitute. We just covered that 5 years prior. So which one was it? This one, the primary source says it's 1804. So,
Same date, wrong year.
Yeah. Anyway, 1821, Augustin de Iturbide and Vincent Guerrero agreed to the plan of Iguala, stating that Mexico will become a constitutional monarchy. Roman Catholicism was the official religion, and both peninsulars and Creoles would enjoy political and social rights. All right. And yeah, we have the final stage of the Mexican War of Independence from Spain with Plan of Iguala. Yes, it's the same one. Okay. 1822, the first... Oh God, this one. Swaminarayan Temple in the world, Sri Swaminarayan Mandir Ahmedabad was inaugurated. Wow, I can't believe I did that. Well, 2 centuries ago, 1826, the signing of the Treaty of Yundabao, or Yandabao, Yandabu, marked the end of the First Anglo-Burmese War. All right. 1831, the Treaty of Dancing Rabbit Creek, the first removal treaty in accordance with the Indian Removal Act, was proclaimed. The Choctaws of Mississippi ceded land east of the river in exchange for payment in land in the west. Now, that's absolutely despicable. So, I'm going to look this up. It's telling me to image search this. So, let's see here. What does this have? Okay. The U.S. received 10,423,130 acres of land. Choctaws were to give up their tribal customs in order to stay in the states. All others would be moved to Oklahoma. Declared all other treaties null and void. Removal would be completed by 1833. Absolutely disgusting what we did to them.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible. So, 1835, Sinwinohi Kesuibiwi Shawnee Sun was the first Native American Indian language monthly magazine. All right, and actually, okay, so we're behind. So this is the magazine, the newspaper that we just spoke about. This is something about Mexico. I think we covered this. I don't remember though. And then this was some kind of temple or something. It's a beautiful temple. I just don't remember which article it pertained to. Anyway, 1839, the steam shovel was patented by William Otis, Philadelphia. So here we go. This is a steam shovel. Now, Otis, the same guy here, William Otis, is the guy...
The elevator guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He designed the Otis elevator.
Yeah.
But and I've said this before and everything, but just in case anybody's watching this and hasn't heard me say this before, doesn't already know this, the elevator shaft was invented before the elevator. And it was invented as like a cylindrical thing. The elevator eventually was more of a square, a cubicle type thing. But he was designing...
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, he designed the building with what he believed was coming. Like, he knew the elevator was coming, just not that the shape of it.
Okay.
And then, like, it was like a couple years later or so before Otis invented the elevator.
So he did build the building with some kind of lift in mind.
Yes,
it wasn't like an air vent.
It was it was a large cylindrical shaft.
Yeah.
Like instead of being square, it was a whole round thing.
Right.
So, 1855, U.S. Court of Claims formed for cases against government. Good. 1857, the first perforated U.S. postage stamps were delivered to the government. And here we go. Postage stamps. Perforated.
Tax.
Yep. Tax on everything. 1857, Los Angeles Vineyard Society was organized. I just thought that was pretty interesting.
Los Angeles Vineyard. Oh, Vineyard.
Vineyard,
okay.
yeah, wines and everything.
Yeah.
1863, the Arizona Territory was organized as a U.S. territory. Or Arizona was organized as a U.S. territory. Yeah, it was created. Awesome. 1868, Mardi Gras in Mobile, Alabama was the first U.S. parade with floats. So, I'm not sure if that's the first parade ever with floats, but first U.S. one at least. We also have the U.S. House of Representatives voted 126 to 47 to impeach President Andrew Johnson. He was later acquitted in the Senate because he was being charged with treason. They're saying that he was trying to start another American revolution against America. So,
Well, that's the way impeachment works.
yeah.
The House accuses you, and then if they find you that way, then then you go to trial over at the Senate.
Yeah. 1875, the SS Gothenburg hit the Great Barrier Reef and sank off the Australian east coast, killing approximately 100 people, including a number of high-profile civil servants and dignitaries. That's unfortunate. 1881, Des Lippes Company began work on Panama Canal, removed from primary source. So, 1888, Louisville, Kentucky became the first government in U.S. to adopt Australian ballots, i.e. secret ballot on standard voting forms. That sounds weird. What the hell? This is Louisville, Kentucky. And this is Australia. What does Australia have to do with...
Well, they duplicated what Australia was doing in Kentucky.
Oh.
That's what I get out of it.
Oh, okay. I thought this was Australia voting for something in Louisville, Kentucky.
No, read it again.
Louisville, Kentucky became the first government in the U.S. to adopt Australian ballots.
Yeah, adopt. In other words,
Okay.
they took their ballots the way they did them.
Secret ballot on standard voting forms.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm understanding. So it's that's like the cubicles.
And that's what we do today. A secret ballot.
Okay. I thought this was like something shady. Okay. 1895, Cuban War for Independence began. Revolution broke out in Bay Air, a town near Santiago de Cuba. Beginning the Cuban War of Independence, the war ended along with the Spanish-American War in 1898. Yeah, that's right. So we took over Cuba. We took it from Spain. 1905, the Simplon Railroad Tunnel through the Alps in Switzerland achieved breakthrough after 7.5 years of construction. That's impressive. 1 year later, Thomas Estrada Palma defeated Jose Gomez in the election for president of Cuba, but Gomez and his followers refused to accept results and sponsored an uprising.
Cuba's always been in political turmoil to some degree.
Yeah, well, the entire ever since Spain just conquered all of the Mesoamerica and everything, the entire middle and southern American areas have all just been some form of disaster.
Yeah.
You know? So, 1908, in Mueller versus Oregon, the U.S. Supreme Court favored an Oregon law limiting maximum hours a woman may work and denied that it curtailed liberty of contract. What's liberty of contract?
I don't know.
Oh, here's what looks like Panama Canal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, we'll get to that. 1911, Japan and the U.S. concluded a treaty that continued restrictions on Japanese laborers. All right. 1914, Frank Craven's Too Many Cooks premiered on New York City, and it's telling me to YouTube this, but that's what this image is. This is not that play, but it's a stupid video on YouTube, and it's from Adult Swim, which was something on Cartoon Network a long time ago, and it's like this 15-minute long video of this ridiculous intro to a sitcom or something, and it's just constantly introducing new characters, and it has its own little story. It's ridiculous. 1916, the Governor General of Korea established a clinic called Jaehyeon in Surokudo to segregate Hansen's disease patients. All right.
Oh, something disease patients.
Yeah, Hansen's disease patients.
So they're contagious or something.
Yes, they wanted them separate for some reasons, and
probably they were as a contagious disease.
Yes,
I don't know of it, but that's probably it.
Yeah. 1917, the Red Sox sold Smokey Joe Wood. His arm was dead at the age of 26 to Cleveland for $15,000.
What are they going to do with that ball player if he has a dead arm?
I don't know.
Unless they can bring it back. A dead arm means you can't throw anymore.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's been overused.
Yeah. No, I know. I get it. I'm just wondering, like, I just find it very disturbing that, they're still buying and selling people, It's just slavery with extra steps.
What?
They're putting dollar values on people. I don't like it.
No, that's not what it is. They have a contract.
They sold Smoke
Yes.
Joe. Yeah.
Yeah. They sold his contract, not him, but he has to go with his contract.
Yeah, so they sold. That's what I'm saying. It's slavery with extra steps. So
he didn't have to sign the contract.
I know. I'm not. It's the aspect of putting a dollar value to people. I don't know. I just don't like it. Anyway, 1970, U.S. Ambassador, 1917, sorry. U.S. Ambassador to Great Britain, Walter Hines Page, alerted President Woodrow Wilson of German plan to get Mexican help in World War I. The Zimmerman Telegraph. Or telegram. So, Germany promised to ensure the return of New Mexico, Texas, and Arizona to Mexico if they declare war on the U.S. It's telling me to image search this. So, and for those of you out there who do not know...
That's a hell of a statement.
Yeah, well, it was a way to keep the U.S. occupied.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and here's the Zimmerman Telegraph. I think this is the coded version or something. There's a bunch of random letters, and it's mainly just actually numbers. But this looks like it's deciphered because I could see words and such in there. Anyway, 1918, Estonia declared independence from Russia. And then 1920, Adolf Hitler made his first official speech as head of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazis, at the Hofbrauhaus in Munich, Germany. Yep.
I imagine that's when he was already out of jail.
Let me see. It tells us all this stuff here. Adolf Hitler, okay, yada yada. Iron Cross. Speech. Later, brown shirts. Okay, 1922, he began his month-long prison sentence. So this is before.
Oh,
this is 2 years roughly before.
So he got arrested when he was the head of it. Okay.
Well, he did the whole beer hall putsch. He stormed a beer hall in Bavaria with his brown shirts to start an uprising, and it failed, and then that's why he spent his time in prison and everything. So, yeah, this is when he was taking power, at least in that little thing. Yeah. His first speech.
So it was what, 2 or 3 years later?
It was 2 years and change.
Yeah.
2 years, 2 years and 3-4 months. Because this was in 6/24/22. Actually, wow. 3 months, 4 months, 2 years and 4 months exactly. So, 1920 as well, peace treaty gave Estonia independence. All right. 1920 as well, following her election as a member of Parliament, MP, 3 months prior, Nancy Astor became the first female to speak in the House of Commons of the United Kingdom. All right. Yeah, it's some equality there. 21, first transcontinental flight in 24 hours flying time arrived in Florida. All right. So it took 24 hours or less to, travel that 3,000 miles. So, 23, the Flying Scotsman locomotive of the London and North Eastern Railway, LNER, was built at Doncaster Railway Works, went into service. It's telling me to image search this. Here's a picture of that right there. So let's image search this really quick. Let's see, images. So if you want to see other angles or whatever, then this looks to be a model, actually.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah. What else we got here? 1923, mass arrest in U.S. of mafia associates. All right. 24, Greek Parliament proclaimed a republic. 25, thermite explosive was first used to break up an ice jam in Waddington, New York. Just blowing up this stuff over the road. 1933, final demonstration of German Communist Party in Berlin. All right. 33 as well, League of Nations told Japanese to pull out of Manchuria. Or else what?
Yeah, what are you going to do about it?
Write a very stern letter.
Yeah.
Oh, how dare you, you youthful, get off my lawn. That's what you sound like, UN. 1937, the first U.S. group hospital medical cooperative was authorized in Washington, D.C. What does that mean? Hospital medical cooperative? Like business working together or something? Or
hospitals.
Okay.
If you do kidneys, I do hearts.
Oh.
That's my guess.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, like you're having all the
Yeah.
people conglomerate under one thing. I guess that would make sense.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. If anybody can let us know in the comments section, like that'd be great. Speaking of comments, I'm looking to see if we don't have any. 1938, DuPont began commercial production of nylon toothbrush bristles.
Ah,
And before that, it used to be like boar hair or something.
yeah, I forget what it was. It was something.
It was boar hair.
Is that
I know
what it was?
at one point it was boar hair. I don't know if it was that before this. But yeah.
Synthetic is what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, this is nylon toothbrush bristles. Maybe it was just straight up plastic, but did we have plastic in 1938? Or before that? I don't know.
I don't know.
1940, Francis Langford recorded When You Wish Upon a Star. Yeah. 1942, the Battle of Los Angeles took place, a series of anti-aircraft engagements over the city in response to rumored but false Japanese attack. It would last until the morning of the following day, and this is a famous picture of it right there.
So that was today, huh?
That was tonight, actually.
Tonight. Okay.
Yeah. Late tonight, early tomorrow morning.
Yeah. This day, well, it'd have to be tonight before midnight to be today.
Well, it says a false alarm led to an anti-aircraft barrage that lasted into the early hours of February 25th, tomorrow. So it's tonight.
It lasted. It started today, lasted tomorrow.
Yeah. It would last until the morning of the following day.
That's still such a weird deal. What they saw or thought they saw.
Well, I think it was extraterrestrials or something. So.
Well, that makes it even weirder.
Yeah. 42, Voice of America began broadcasting in German.
Ah, good for them.
So Sprechen Deutschen, or Sprechen America, or however you would say it. 1942, an order in council passed under the Defense of Canada regulations of the War Measures Act, given to the Canadian federal government the power to intern, quote, all persons of Japanese racial origins. Oh wow, so they're doing that as well. So it wasn't just us. Canada did their own Japanese persecutions. 1942, 791 Romanian Jewish refugees and crew members were killed after the MV Struma was torpedoed by the Soviet Union, the Soviet Navy. There. Why can't I read? 1943, Texas League announced it will quit for the duration of World War II, probably to pay respects and all that stuff, or maybe all of their players were volunteering, because the league itself. It has to be some kind of sport. The Texas League?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Huh. 1943, World War II, the first large-scale protest march resulting in clashes with the Axis occupation forces and collaborationist police force in Athens against rumors of forced mobilization of Greek workers to work in Germany. That would do it. 44, Merrill's Marauders. The Marauders began their 1,000-mile journey through Japanese-occupied Burma. Wow. That's incredible.
Now, we just did a deal on Burma just a few minutes ago, earlier. I forget what it was about Burma, but...
independence, maybe? Or their constitution? I don't know. 1945, Egypt and Syria declared war on Nazi Germany. Alright. 45 as well, Egyptian Prime Minister Ahmed Pasha was killed in Parliament after reading a declaration of war against Germany. Wow.
Wow.
They work fast. Holy crap.
Who killed him?
Probably the Germans. Don't forget, North Africa was the start of World War II, at least for us. Like, when the Allies started really pushing back.
Well, Pearl Harbor was...
Well, that was the U.S. specifically, but I mean, it was a coalition force. It wasn't just us in North Africa. The Brits were with us.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And the French...
Oh, you're talking about a coalition working together.
The Allies.
Yeah.
Not the United States, the Allies versus the Axis.
Yeah.
The first major areas was North Africa because of all of Italy's...
yeah.
Well, and all of Europe. They all had, land claims and stuff all over the place over there. I mean, hell, right before the breakout of World War II, Italy just finished a war claiming Ethiopia. So they had a lot of territories and stuff, all of them. Britain, France, Italy, Germany, and all stuff. But Italy's claims, and that's why we started in Northern Africa. Patton and Montgomery were on the Allies. You had Rommel on the Axis.
I don't think they got along well, even.
No, they didn't. So, but then, you know...
thought Montgomery was an idiot or something.
Oh, he was. Montgomery was a total idiot. But from there, they invaded Sicily and then Italy proper. And then as they were pushing up through Italy, then they invaded Normandy. And then, you know, with them coming up from the south, and then Russia coming in from the east, and then us coming in from the west through France, we just three-pointed, just squished Germany. So... let's see here. And so, like, the whole thing with Egypt is that, like, you know, this was 45. This is, you know, far later. Mm-hmm. So, but they probably were finally their own country again. They, you know, there's, you know, Germany and all that stuff. They were all over that area. 1945 as well. During World War II, U.S. troops defeated Japanese forces in Manila, ending the military occupation. 46, General Juan Perón was the first elected president of Argentina. All right. Congratulations. He was founder of the political movement that became known as Peronism. Or Peronism. I wonder if he's
heard of it. I don't know.
Juan Perón, he was like a major, like a founding father of Argentina or something. A major historical figure for them. 1949, Israel-Egypt signed an armistice agreement to formally end hostilities of the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. 49, a V-2 WAC Corporal rocket, first object to reach 5 times the speed of sound at White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico. Von Braun, a paperclip, you know. 1962, general mobilization in Indonesia over New Guinea. That doesn't sound too good. Do you know any of this? Like, why was Indonesia mobilizing over New Guinea?
I don't know.
Okay. 65, so we have some errors here. Now, see here. 65. Oh, it's not even in here. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, it is. So, capital T, capital H. So, the Beatles? So, I was wondering if this was my whole thing. The Beatles began filming their second feature film. They forgot the L.
Film.
Yeah. So, there's 2 spelling errors in this. Help on Providence Island in the Bahamas. Yeah, that's the only reason why I tagged this, because there's 2 spelling errors. So, the Beatles.
Like that, you go, the filter film. I go, what?
Well, that's what it says here, film. So, 1967, Cultural Revolution, Zhang Chunguao announced the dissolution of the Shanghai People Commune, replacing its local government with the Revolutionary Committee. That does not sound good.
No.
1968, discovery of the first pulsar, CP1919, was announced by Jocelyn Bell Burnell and Anthony Hewish.
What is that? Pulsar?
A pulsar is a type of star. Let me look this up for you, because there's white dwarfs, there's pulsars, there's magnetars, pulsar star. It is a highly magnetized, rotating neutron star that emits beams of electromagnetic radiation out of its magnetic poles. This radiation can be observed only when a beam of emission is pointing towards Earth, and is responsible for the pulsed appearance of emission. So, like, if, like, it looks like it's blinking, but that's because it's spinning.
Yeah,
and some of these,
see it at one spot.
There's pulsars.
Well, it's pointed at us.
Yeah, there's magnetars. I forgot which one. I think it's pulsars, but there's some out there that are like spinning at billions of times a second or something, and because of their density and their magnetism, like magnetars, if they come within like, I don't know, like a solar system from you, it's so magnetic, it'll rip the iron out of your blood on an atomic level. It's that magnetic. It'll wipe your credit cards, like it's madness. Anyway, 1968, Gary Unger began NHL consecutive game record of 914 games. That's epic. 1968 as well, U.S. troops reconquered Hue, Vietnam. The Tet Offensive was halted during the Vietnam War. The South Vietnamese forces led by Ngo Quang Truong recaptured the citadel of Hue.
Yeah.
No way.
No way.
1970, 29 Swiss Army officers died in an avalanche and wrecking in Switzerland. We've been talking about avalanche problems as of late.
Yeah, in California, and I guess it was Utah?
Yeah, I think so. 71, Algeria nationalized 51% of French oil concessions. That doesn't sound good. 71 as well, All India Forward Bloc held an emergency central committee. The meeting after its chairman, Hemantha Kumar Bose, was killed 3 days earlier. P.K. Mukhivar was appointed as the new chairman. Okay. 74 as well, Pakistan officially recognized Bangladesh. Cool. 76, Cuba adopted its constitution. The current 1976 Constitution of Cuba was formally proclaimed. 77, U.S. President Jimmy Carter announced U.S. foreign aid will consider human rights. What?
Well, if you don't have decent human rights, he won't give you foreign aid. That's what he's saying. No.
Oh! So foreign aid is considering human rights as a prerequisite to get aid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was just saying, "Oh, we're going to provide aid with the thought of human rights." It's like, but if you're not doing it for human rights, how do you provide aid without thinking of human rights? That doesn't make sense. Like, it was just written weirdly. 1978, Kevin Porter in New Jersey set an NBA record with 29 assists in a game. It's awesome. We also have the Yuba County Five disappearing in California. 4 of their bodies were found 4 months later.
Yikes.
Who were the Yuba County Five?
I don't know.
Yuba County
heard of
Five. Never heard of them either. Let's look these up here really
How could I
quick.
miss that in 78?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't that when you were like a hippie?
Nah. Past that.
The Yuba County Five were young men from Yuba County, California, each with mild intellectual disabilities or psychiatric conditions, who were reported missing after attending a college basketball game in California. Oh, man. So they were just 5 people with mental issues that wandered away, and 4 of them were found, unfortunately, no longer alive. That's horrible.
I think I was living in Arizona then. That's what I know.
79, highest price ever paid for a pig, $42,500 in Stamford, Texas.
Wow.
That's bringing home the bacon some way or another.
Ooh.
Yeah. We also have 1980 U.S. ice hockey team clinched gold medal with 4-2 win over Finland at the Lake Placid Winter Olympics. Came after 4-3 Miracle on Ice victory against hot favorite Soviet Union. So this is when they won the gold.
That's the last time we won the gold till this year.
So
they beat Canada.
Oh, we beat Canada.
Yeah.
This year, nice.
They were pissed too. Went into overtime, I guess. And there's some weird ass rule that they're all pissed about. I don't quite understand it, but I guess it's 5-on-5 hockey, and in an overtime it went to 3-on-3. I don't get it. That's just what I heard. So, but anyways, we won, and that's the first time we've won gold since that miracle.
All right. 1980, the 13th Winter Olympic Games closed in Lake Placid, New York. 81, an earthquake registering 6.7 on the Richter scale hit Athens, killing 16 people and destroying buildings in several towns west of the city. It was Mercalli intensity of 7, severe. 22 people were killed, according to the other source. 400 injuries, and damage totaling $812 million. Wow. 1982, the 24th Grammy Awards, Betty Davis Eyes, Double Fantasy won. Betty Davis Eyes, that's a good song there.
Yeah.
82, Wayne Gretzky scored NHL record 78th goal of season en route to 92. Hell yeah. 83, a special commission of the U.S. Congress released a report that condemned the practice of Japanese internment during World War II. Well, at least we came to our senses with that. 84, Iraq resumed air attacks on Iran. How surprising, or not. And Tyrone Michael perpetrated the 49th Street Elementary School shooting in Los Angeles, killing 2 children and injuring 12 more. Yikes. 85, Jim Kelly, Houston USFL pass for pro football record 574 yards. That sounds like quite a distance there.
Yeah, Jim Kelly.
Yeah. 86, Texas Air bought Eastern Airlines for $676 million. A pretty penny right there. 87, Los Angeles Lakers center Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scored his 36,000th NBA point in a 97-93 win over the Suns in Phoenix. 1988, South African apartheid regime banned the UDF, the Ulster Defense Force.
I don't know.
Let's see here, banned the UDF. What is a UDF? South Africa. Why do I care? South Africa. United Democratic Front. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's probably giving people equality. That's why they banned it. 88, U.S. Supreme Court voted 8 to none. Jerry Falwell cannot collect for Hustler parody. Huh.
Wait a minute. There's 9 judges though.
Can you abstain from a vote?
I guess they can.
Yeah.
because there's an odd number.
Yeah. Well,
Otherwise, they don't have ties.
could they like be holding a court while they're waiting for another judge to be appointed, or can the Supreme Court just not function without all positions being filled?
No, I think they can. I don't know. That's a good question. I think they can function. No, you can't just shut it down. So they'd have to.
Can the Supreme Court function with eight? Well, hold on a second. Can a Supreme Court judge not vote? Can Supreme Court justices vote in elections? Oh, that's not what I want to know. Retention election. I don't think this is the answer I'm trying to get. No. Can the Supreme Court function with 8 judges? Supreme Court with 8 justices. Pacific Legal Foundation. I think this is for state though, because that says
Can
Pacific.
a Supreme Court justice abstain from a judgment?
Can a Supreme Court justice
Ruling, actually.
abstain from a ruling? When do Supreme Court justices refuse themselves from cases? So
that would be and when?
Recusal in the Fisher versus University of Texas affirmative action case may have been a significant factor in the court's deliberations. So why do justices have to take a break from cases?
If they know somebody or they were involved in some way.
Oh yeah.
Then they have to recuse themselves.
True, but then now we don't have. Now there's a possibility for a tie in voting.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So, like, do they get replaced? Is there, like, a backup judge position?
No backups.
Well, that seems like something that can be abused. Well,
I don't know.
1989, 150-million-year-old fossil egg was found in Utah with a fossilized dinosaur embryo inside, the oldest dinosaur egg yet found in the Northern Hemisphere. That is fascinating.
Yeah.
We also had Panamanian boxing legend Roberto Duran won 4th world title in different weight divisions when he defeated Aaron Barkley in a 12-round split decision in Atlantic City. 37-year-old Duran won the WBC middleweight title. All right. 89, stalker Margaret Ray was found in David Letterman's home, claiming to be his wife. Holy crap.
God.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
89 as well, U.S. Boeing 747 lost part of its roof over the Pacific Ocean. 9 people died.
Yikes.
United Airlines Flight 811, bound for New Zealand from Honolulu, ripped open during a flight, blowing 9 passengers out of the business class section.
Man.
Well, I would say, pay attention to the sign, but the sign was probably gone. Freaking nuts. They got opened up like a can of tuna. 91, Gulf War, U.S.-led forces began Operation Desert Saber, the ground invasion of southern Iraq and Iraqi-occupied Kuwait. Yep. 95, Corona reconnaissance satellite program in existence from 1959 to 1972 was declassified. And didn't we talk about this yesterday?
I don't recall.
I'm pretty sure we did. 96, Cuba downed 2 U.S. planes. 2 civilian airplanes operated by the Miami-based group Brothers to the Rescue were shot down in international waters by the Cuban Air Force.
Whoa.
That's an act of war.
Yeah.
We should have done something about it.
I don't remember. We must have done something.
Why don't we remember about it? I mean, that's a pretty big middle finger.
But were we were we doing somewhere where we shouldn't have been?
This says international waters, at least a secondary source.
Yeah.
So, and it says Miami-based group Brothers to the Rescue. So maybe they're on their way to rescue somebody.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. If they went into their airspace accidentally or otherwise. I don't know.
Well, it says the secondary source states international waters.
Yeah.
So that's all we have, unless we look into it, which we gotta keep going. 96, the last occurrence of February 24th as a leap day in the European Union and for the Roman Catholic Church. All right. '97, Qatar inaugurated the world's largest liquefied natural gas (LNG) exporting facility and formally launched Qatar Liquefied Gas Company. We also have South Africa announced it is constructing the largest modern-day blimp. I wonder if they did, though. Let's see here.
Well, if they're constructing it, I'm sure they did.
1990s. Well, they announced they were. Oh, is it this thing? I mean, I've seen images of this thing. I don't think this is the same one. But look at that. It's huge. There's videos of blimps like this, and you see these huge openings.
Yeah.
Well, that's all for drones to come out. They come in and out of and everything. Amazon actually had
That's
some.
pretty recent then. If they're talking drones, that isn't back in 90 or whenever it was this.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We have a whole different, because you can tell this is a more recent thing with those things. You know, this is a whole different type of thing.
It just looks like landing pads to me. Pods or pads.
Maybe, I don't know. But like I've seen a video of drones and stuff coming out of those holes. But this is an entirely different craft, because you can see it's made of two main fuselages. These are one.
Yeah.
And you can tell. Because you'd be able to see another bump somewhere if it was more than one. But
yeah, no, that's a different deal.
Oh.
Yeah, no question.
Anyway, 1999, the 41st Grammy Awards, My Heart Will Go On, the love theme from Titanic, and Lauryn Hill won. Really, really popular song. 1999, the state of Arizona executed convicted murderer and bank robber German national Karl Legrand, despite international legal action by Germany to save him. Well, oh well. 2002, the what the hell is that? 19th Winter Olympic Games closed in Salt Lake City, Utah. I guess that's how you do the 19th. IXX. Like, IX is 9.
It shouldn't be.
I know, but it's IXX. So it just tells me 9 plus 10, 19.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
that's probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only way I can read it. Otherwise, it'd be XIX. That makes more sense. But I don't know. 2004, the 6.3 MW Al Hoceima earthquake struck northern Morocco with a maximum locality intensity of 9, violent, causing the deaths of at least 628 people, with an additional 926 injured, displacing up to 15,000 people as well. 2006, President of the Philippines, Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo, declared Proclamation 1017, placing the country in a state of emergency in an attempt to subdue a possible military coup. Wasn't she the shoe lady?
No.
Okay.
No.
Somebody else then. 2007, Japan launched its 4 spy satellites, stepping up its ability to keep an eye in the sky on potential threats such as China or North Korea. We covered this yesterday. I know that for a fact. 2008, we have the 80th Academy Awards, No Country for Old Men, and Daniel Day-Lewis and Marion Cotillard won. Have you seen that movie, No Country for Old Men, yet?
No.
It's rather interesting. 2008, Fidel Castro retired as the president of Cuba due to ill health after nearly 50 years in power. And the council of ministers after 32 years, but remained as the head of the Communist Party for another 3 years, probably until his death.
Yeah.
But his brother Raul took over. 2010, Sachin Tendulkar scored the first double century in one-day international cricket. I had to get one in there just to annoy you. 2011, the final launch of Space Shuttle Discovery, OV-103. Space Shuttle Discovery launched on its final mission, STS-133. 2013, Raul Castro was elected to his second term as the president of Cuba. And 2014, a 4.4 billion-year-old crystal was discovered as the oldest known fragment of Earth's crust. Wow. 2014 as well, Pope Francis created a second secretariat, with the power to audit any Vatican agency at any time. I think I like the sound of that. So,
I don't know.
2016, the oldest Muslim graves in Europe from the 8th century were identified at a burial site in Nimes, France.
Good grief.
Well, at the same time, is it really that, or are they just saying that in order to push some agenda? Because this is 2016 when this was said to have happened, and that's about the start of all this woke madness and all this,
I think you just got to take it at face value.
Yeah, well, this is a leftist source, So take it with a grain of salt. 2019, at least 133 people have died and 200 treated in hospital after drinking toxic bootleg alcohol in Golaghat district, northeastern India. Yikes. 2019 Roman Catholic Church Summit on this horrible word that I really don't even want to read ended with Pope Francis promising more action and calling those guilty tools of Satan. Yes, they are. And if anybody understands what I'm about to say, every one of these people needs their own telephone man. So, 2020, former Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein was found guilty of struggle snuggle and criminal sexual act in landmark case that ignited the Me Too movement. So the whole Harvey with the hashtag Me Too. Yeah. But see, what's really wild is I'm not sure anybody even thought about this, but what is this sign, this symbol to you?
Hashtag Me Too?
Well, no, just this symbol right here.
Pound sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pound Me Too?
No.
Well, no, like, you know,
maybe,
they no, like the whole hashtag, I know what hashtag is,
yeah.
but this was originally a pound sign, and that's what I'm saying. People are so quick to jump on the bandwagon of this, that, and the other. They didn't stop and think, oh, maybe we shouldn't be part of a movement that could be misinterpreted as Pound Me Too, when it's, I mean, that's such a, like, that is the opposite of what that movement is supposed to be, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's the ironic comedy is what I'm saying. They need to stop and think before just pushing, you know, mentalities.
Well, Harvey Weinstein abused his power.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But they should have had, you know, a different movement name than this.
Probably.
Because now I can completely take the piss out of their sails by saying what I did. You know? 2020, Malaysia's 94-year-old Prime Minister Mahathir bin Mohamad resigned only to be reinstated later in the day as interim Prime Minister. Nope, you're not allowed. Get back here. You know? Please, I want to go home. I'm tired. 2020, a memorial service for NBA star Kobe Bryant was held at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Rest in peace, Black Mamba. Yeah. 2020, former Hollywood firefighter Daniel Foley found his brother's body in the ruins of the World Trade Center. Died of cancer, bringing first responders' death toll to 343. We can't. I don't like that. He died in 2020. We can't say that he's part of the 9/11 deaths. It's way too late. He died of cancer because of it, yes.
Well, if they could pinpoint it to inhaling toxic fumes there, then yeah, I think they could attribute that to it.
Well, see, that same mentality...
Death from that has no limits.
No, see, this is the problem. With that technicality, they use that with the whole, with the COVID stuff, too. And they did it to such an extreme level. I've spoken with a lot of people, and one of the craziest stories I've ever heard is a guy who worked in the emergency room. He was an ER doctor. Mm-hmm. Like, he wasn't like a nurse or a janitor. He was a ER trained doctor. Mm-hmm. And he had a patient come in who had been struck by a truck. And they marked down his death as COVID. Mm-hmm. Because they found, part of it. So, he had COVID. But this is the same type of mentality. Like, we cannot count him. We cannot count him as dying to 9/11 fucking 19 years after the fact. I'm sorry. That's...
what's the limitations? If he had died 2 years after it? When do you say...
On the event. If you died on the event, you died on the event. But if you died 2 days later out of stress-reduced anxiety, you're not dying of the event. You're dying of complications related to it. But the event, you didn't die in the towers.
No.
But this is where, things like this could be misconstrued is the point I'm trying to say. Because his name is now attributed to that, he can, 100 years from now, people can think that he died on 9/11, not 19 years later. This is how history gets convoluted. So, we need to have set things. So, I don't know. And that would have been a great discussion for what was it? IOYO, yeah. Anyway, 2020, scientists identified the first animal that doesn't need oxygen to breathe. A tiny parasite living in salmon tissue, reported in the journal PN. Wow, that is a horrible name. PNAS. PNAS. Oh my God! Change your name. 2022, Russia launched a full-scale pre-dawn and unprovoked invasion of Ukraine by land, air, and sea, with bombings in several cities. Moments later, Vladimir Putin announced the start of a 3-day special military operation in Ukraine to demilitarize the country.
Wow.
Remember when he said it was going to be a few weeks? Special military operation? Yeah, Putin, you window licker, you're the special operation here, buddy.
Well, they literally thought they were going to be in and out in a couple of weeks and get him back in the Russian sphere.
Well, clearly
didn't work that way. It's still going.
Clearly they're
4
huffing.
years later.
Clearly they're huffing fumes or something. 2022, Zakir Jaffer was sentenced to death in Islamabad, Pakistan, for the struggle, snuggle, murder, and beheading of Noor Makwadim after she refused to marry him, highlighting violence towards women in the country. Yeah, all these feminists running around here, oh my God, justice for women, in the pay gap, men are pigs, women are equal to men. Yeah, go to Pakistan and flap your yap. See how much, bullshit you can get away with over there. You think you're oppressed? You don't know shit about being oppressed. 2023, Puffin, publisher of author, Puffin, the publisher of author Roald Dahl, announced it will now print his books with their original unaltered text, alongside those with offensive language removed, after widespread criticism and debate. Yeah, they wanted to, they're Puffin, publishing they have a status to uphold, but as soon as you start censoring works, you go against the very process. You're a book publishing company. If somebody has a raw book, publish it, and it's rawness
or don't publish it at all.
Yeah, exactly.
You have the right to not publish it, but don't change it around. That's just crap.
Yeah. And that shall conclude the show for today. Please check the underbar in the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things on the Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis. We can only bring you, a portion between two sources. Like, if you're interested, please go in the underbar, It is up to you to find the artifacts of our history, but only if each individual reaches out with and for open mindfulness, with a yearn to learn, to see outside what you think you know, to grow and find enlightenment. We have to find common ground with those who see their opinions differently from our own and find a better way to be better to one another. For your dose of past events, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern Standard Time, respectively. Please, for all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you, of course, if you are you, thank you so much for coming in and watching us. And until next time, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles! Where's the thing? There's the thing, and the thing. There. And this thing.